What's up everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have another BMW X5 G05 50e. This is the LCI version, also with the B58 engine and the hybrid drivetrain. This car has already been slightly modified with a gloss black package. It was already on the car when it arrived at our shop. And the car, when we walk to the back, also has quad tips installed. So today we will be doing the Axleback exhaust from DCE Parts. It already has the quad tips installed on the car, but these quad tips are just exhaust tips on the original exhaust. So it does not add too much in terms of sound, and that is what we are going to do with the DCE Parts Axleback exhaust, of course. So this car is in the Brooklyn grey color. It is also the color that you find on the BMW M3, M4. It's a nice color for this car. Even though it is a big car, the gloss black details on this vehicle suits the color really well. And carbon mirror caps, of course, black wheels. So the total spec like this is really good. We'll install the exhaust, show you some video clips of the before and afters. So as you can see, it has quad tips, but it is on the original exhaust, so it is welded on the original exhaust. Valves remains working from the original system, but because it's still the original rear muffler, the sound difference is of course minimal, and that is what we're going to change today. We'll be cutting the exhaust from here and replace it with the DCE Parts Axleback exhaust. So here we go, we have the Axleback installed. As you can see, it connects to the OEM mid-pipe, and we are now adjusting the quad tips to make them fit into the original diffuser. This customer originally asked us what the best solution was for this car. Either go for a Axleback or a full system. We always recommend, if you are not sure yet, start with the system on the back, so you can always modify the other parts in the exhaust later. On these cars, it is a new car, of course, from BMW. It means that you also have to consider the ECU remap. If you want to do that with the OPF and the downpipes, it means you have to remove the check engine light, either with a remap or a LiPe module. So Koki has installed the Axleback exhaust from DCE Parts. We are now ready for a cold start. So here we go, we have the Axleback exhaust installed, and we also installed an external ECU for more power. Since these cars are from after July 2020, it is hard to modify these cars in terms of the ECU. So you have to ship the ECU to Femto to unlock the ECU so you can remap the car. As a solution in between, we have an external ECU until the cars get unlocked or when they get out of warranty. This ECU is meant for this car only, so there's not a lot of options available, but we have an external ECU that allows you to tune this car, making it go faster, but also more economic when you drive normally, and also of course you get more performance in gear. So here we are inside the BMW X5 50e, and I will show you how you can check the live data from the car. So you have to go to the car, to live vehicle, and in here you can see the in sport mode you can see the oil temperature, which is of course beneficial if you want to use the engine. We also always recommend to warm up the engine before pushing the car. So that's what we're going to do now. We'll leave the screen on, take it for a drive, test how the ECU works, and then yeah, give you a review. So to be fully safe, we always recommend to stay under 3000 RPM when you are still warming up the car. As you can see it on the screen. It is now 69 degrees. These cars warm up really quickly, so you don't have to wait too long in the hybrids. That system is of course designed to warm up quickly because these cars are often running in hybrid mode with the oil heated up quickly. You're of course allowed to use the engine more when the engine is warmed up properly. So that is always something that we recommend when you drive these cars. I know it's great fun to always hear the engine, but of course it is also good to properly use your material. Don't push it too much when it's still in the warm-up phase, and that also counts when we test drive a car, of course. So of course we know this product really well. We install these Axleback exhaust almost on a weekly basis. This week we got 2 of them, and last week we done 1 of them. So on cruising speeds we are driving 80 kilometers an hour right now. It's super comfortable, even with the valves open, and with the new external ECU you can feel that the car is much more responsive. So that is of course a benefit for if you want to use the car in gear, and that is where the external ECU is at its best. So peak power is of course a great thing, but this car is now so much more responsive with the engine. Even with the battery almost empty, the car still feels really responsive on just the engine. We have now 4 kilometers of battery left, and if we just give 50% gas, the car feels so much better now. We of course drive these cars really often, so we know how the car feels with and without these, without the external ECU. And with the external ECU, the car is just so much faster now. And it's not just about, of course, going from 0 to 60, whatever, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. It's also about the responsiveness of the drivetrain. How does the car feel when you drive the car normally? But for example, when you have to overtake on the highway, it is always good to have some extra power, extra responsiveness from the engine when you have to overtake a a lorry, a truck, or a car for that matter. So with this external ECU, the car now feels much better. It is faster in all gears, and it's mainly done on the engine. So the engine is now actually running a remap. So with the external ECU remap, you'll get about 61 extra horsepower and 110 Newton meters of torque, which of course will really be felt in these cars, because even though it's a big car, the extra power is always welcome. And it doesn't make the car feel spiky. That's of course also important. So as you can see, in 8th gear, 100 kilometers an hour, the car still sounds really silent with the exhaust, even in the open mode. And if we put it in the closed mode, the car becomes completely original. But of course we always like it with the valves open, especially with the Axleback, which still has some resonating function in the rear muffler, which means the car will never get drony. So the external ECU, huge benefit for this car in our opinion. Makes the car feel much more responsive. As you can see, if we now just ask for a little bit of power, the car will just give that extra power right away. So of course, extra power is not always used when you only floor the car. It's also in gear, just like this. The car feels so much more fun to drive. It gives a bit of a feeling that you have a large reserve, which is of course the case. With 550 horsepower and 810 Newton meters, you will get a nice load of torque when you floor the car. Even in gear with just 50% throttle, in combination with the hybrid system, the car feels just so responsive, and that is really fun. With these hybrid cars, you get a lot of responsiveness in gear, in combination with the amazing B58 engine. The external ECU is a great addition, together with the of course with the Axleback exhaust. Here we go, finished another project. The X5 50e external ECU makes a huge difference on how the car drives, makes it so much more responsive. Together with the new exhaust, the car sounds amazing, drives amazing, and another successful project done at PSR Parts. Thank you guys for watching, like and subscribe, and see you on the next